Okay. Any questions? Yes. Any questions?
Sir,
Yeah.
I mean, in the lecture, you said that local inertial flame need not be flat. I mean, because you said we can take this yes, this gamma, I mean, Christoffel symbols to be zero, but
Yes.
still these partial derivatives can exist. This is what you said.
Yeah, its partial derivative cannot be zero.
Okay, so in that we have the, I mean, the Riemann tensor is non-zero, and so the curvature is not zero.
Yes. Yes. So basically, local inertial frame is obtained. Let's say you have a Christoffel symbol. The easiest way to obtain is to make a Taylor expansion around the reference point and put a condition that the first derivative of a Christoffel symbol is zero. And No, no, not first derivative. Christoffel symbol itself is zero, but first derivative is not zero. So that would give you a easiest local inertial frame coordinate system. So globally, it cannot be done because as long as the metric depend on the uh, position of a coordinate, in general, Christoffel symbol are not zero globally. But locally you can make them zero with the suitable coordinate system. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in hello,
Yes, go ahead.
yeah, sir, in lecture 13, in the part where you said that the Riemannian curvature is constant when R1212 is sine square theta. Can you explain that part a bit more? And, it wasn't clear what you meant by saying the curvature is constant when it depends on theta.
Yeah, so what you are calculating there is a curvature tensor. You know, curvature tensor has a lot of these indices up and down and so on. You know that the each time one indices brought up or down, you would be multiplying by the metric coefficients. In this case, on a sphere, metric coefficient happen to be sine square. So somewhere those two get cancels out and you obtain constant. But it is all hazy and not clear, I understand. But what is most important thing is that in the coming lecture, you would see that you can contract this cumbersome Riemann tensor. You can contract it and make it a second rank tensor. From fourth rank to second rank tensor, it is called the Ricci tensor, or proper pronunciation would be Ricci. It's an Italian name, but we all Indians have our own way of doing things. So that would be a second rank tensor, which is a very important tensor you would see later. The further second rank tensor multiplied by G mu nu, GAB, and you can further contract it to make it a single scalar. So that is called the Ricci scalar or curvature scalar. So you would see that for a sphere it is constant. All the other things are taken care and you get a constant. Okay, you can have a higher dimensional, three-dimensional sphere, exactly similar to the what you have in sphere. That is also will have a constant curvature. Then you have seen that the sine replaced by hyperbolic sine, that is an open sphere. You can have that in a three-dimensional or higher dimension. That is also will have a constant curvature, but it has a negative curvature. So we don't really realize in the nature with the negative constant curvature. There is another interesting space-time with the constant curvature. Which is that? There are actually, yeah.
Minkowski space.
Minkowski space. There are actually three spaces with the constant curvature. Sphere with the closed sphere, the standard sphere which we all see, and open sphere which we do not really realize as it is. It goes to all the way till infinity and has a negative constant curvature. And the third one is a Minkowski space or the flat space. So these three only have a constant curvature. Any other geometry would not have a constant curvature. I'll not very detail go into that, but briefly tell about more about the Noether's theorem and about the space-time symmetry, which leads to the highly or maximally symmetric spaces. The sphere and flat space-times are what is known as maximally symmetric, which has a constant curvature.
Hello, sir. What do you mean by saying constant curvature?
Now, when you have a scalar curvature, which probably yet to be defined for you, but it is I just told a contraction of a Riemann tensor. Once you contract Riemann tensor, you get a second rank tensor. From fourth rank, it becomes second rank. You do it again, then it becomes simply a scalar, which is called scalar curvature. That is analogous to curvature which we are talking about in our standard geometry for sphere and circle. You know, advantage of circle, which is a one sphere, is that it has a constant curvature, right? It curve does not change. There is a more formal way of saying it, but you can simply ignore. You understand what is the meaning of a curvature of a circle. So same way you can generalize it to sphere, 2-dimension and 3-dimension and n-dimension. It turns out that there it is a Riemann scalar curvature which you actually calculate, and for circle it is constant, for sphere it is constant, and also for the negative sphere. and for the flat space time.
So for the flat space-time, the constant is zero. Is it that?
Yeah, zero. Constant but zero. Yeah,
Oh, okay. That's why I got confused.
that is a
And
flat space time. We all know it as a no curvature geometry.
yes. So in the last lecture, that decay tensor, you defined the decay tensor and geodesic deviation equation.
Yeah.
You- Can you show the last slide of that lecture?
Okay, just a minute. I think all the gadgets are connected. So this is a geodesic deviation, right?
How you derived the equation in terms of that final line, Riemann tensor
Yeah,
comes there.
just a minute. Let me. Okay, I think it is somewhere here. This one.
Yes.
Okay.
So where you write the Riemann tensor,
Yeah.
yeah,
From here to
here
here.
that box line, the
Yeah.
second last line to last line,
Yeah.
the Riemann tensor will be CBD or BCD.
Okay. Let me see what happens here. So A is on the top. So A should be here only.
A is
That
fine,
is
but
fine.
first two indices.
B, C.
Hmm.
BC should be BC, and the D, yeah, this is correct. So what happens, you see that this has to be BC and this has to be BC, because you know that the first two indices are antisymmetric. If I
Hmm.
have a that has to be contracted with the different things. If I contract with the 4 velocity itself and this, then it is going to be 0. So it can never be contracted with the 4 velocity of this. So it has to be contracted with the connecting vector only. So these indices are all right.
The order is fine.
Yeah, order is fine. Because otherwise any other combination would go to 0. You see that only chance is that I could have messed up between C and D, right? So it is not possible, because if I messed it up, if I interchange this, this would immediately give me 0, because first two indices are antisymmetric, and here you are multiplying by UB and UC, which is symmetric tensor, so it should give to 0.
No,
So
it
this
is
should,
not matching with Riemann tensor definition.
it doesn't match.
Most probably.
So this is a definition that we can easily check. Let me see where is the definition of, is it in the same thing? It is not in this. Okay,
It
that
is.
is no problem. Where is the Riemann geometry? Riemann curvature.
Yeah. The second index, the partial with respect to second index comes first.
Yeah, let me see. Let us do it here only. Ah, something is. Only box has come with all the trouble. Okay, we got to go back. Let us not, maybe I should use animate to work on it. It's a frustrating working with these small devices. Okay. Let's remove this. Okay. Then copy, undo, presentation, go to the next one. Now it is not refusing to paste. Okay. A, B, C, D. Now see D is on the top. So this. Okay, first only have to see the A is on the top is differentiated with B. So B is getting interchange. Okay, so that is we will see that D is coming on the top. So that is fine.
That is
Uh,
fine.
B is getting that is the possibility of B getting interchange. A is there. So let us leave the A. B, C, and D. So that means in this you have to replace this by A by B, and B by this by B, and this by A, and this by B. No, this A and this by B. So these are the problems. Is it? No, the whole thing is wrong. Okay. So
Sir,
what we have.
if I just compare the Riemann tensor definition that
Yeah.
are A, B, C, D,
Yeah.
when you write the partial with respect to B, that comes
Yeah.
first. The partial with respect to the second index.
Second index. Yeah. B.
In,
So
in the next
uh,
line,
C.
the
Yeah. C it should come.
yes,
And then that would be C. And B and C getting interchange here, right?
yes, that's what.
Uh, is that the only thing happening? No, there has to be a cyclic. What would be happening? Let me try to say uh, A is going to B, and B is going to C, and C is going to D. So let us do that in the this expression. So what do we get? B remains C. Okay. So this is happen, and what happens? A becomes B, and C becomes D. So that is this term. Okay.
Okay.
So there has to be a minus sign. I think I
Yes.
got messed up with minus.
A.
Okay, there is a minus sign. That means it should have had a minus sign here, or you simply interchange
The
B
B and
and C.
C.
Okay, so it looks like R, uh, B, C, D, then A here, and then eta B, and UB, no,
U C.
UC and UD. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the correct expression. Okay, okay, thank you. So there has been an error here. Either there is a minus sign have to be put, or you have to put this thing. Yeah, okay. No, okay, this is, I'll clean it up later. Okay, so maybe I should give you some credit for doing this, figuring out that it simply shows that you have done full calculation. So what is your number?
20 RS 072.
20 RS 0
72.
7. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Okay, so there are no questions. We are having an exam next week, I believe. So there are no classes. We'll have a continuous exam. This
So,
exam, yeah.
so what would the pattern be for the midsem,
Sir,
like MCQ,
how do you define the
descriptive? That
decay tensor?
Yeah, I will take first the technical question. Yeah, go
yes,
ahead.
sir.
No, repeat answer. Yeah, hello. Go ahead with the question
Hello?
on repeat answer. Yeah. No.
I think she's trying to say something, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's not muted, but I can't hear anything. Maybe some network problem. Can you hear me?
yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, then let her come back with this thing. So, okay, go ahead. What was the other question?
So, what is the pattern for the midsem? In the sense, do we have descriptive questions or MCQs?
Yeah, of course, MCQ is not possible in this course. How do
Yes.
you write MCQ?
But so then the problem is that the mail we got about the proctoring today, that would entail us showing our answer scripts to the webcam for
Yeah,
scanning it.
yeah.
So, like for most of us, that would not be possible because then the quality of the answer would be very less.
No, no. I think I am not sure. I have not read the details what is sent today. What you could do is that when you do the scanning business, I think you will have to switch to mobile.
So, as far as what was told today, it was that we would show our answers in the camera and then they would scan it. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Camera is that. The idea is this. This is a, again, we Indians are very good with all these jugards, right? So, what you have to do is uh, when you scan your, when you show your camera to answer to camera script or answer script to camera or camera to answer script, you use mobile. Mobile image quality is better. So it is impossible on a laptop you would have such a good camera. Even the worst camera on the mobile would be at least as good as a camera which is on laptops. Yes?
Okay, sir.
That is another thing. You would keep the answer script with you. You will not throw the answer script away. And if I have not able to read whatever you are doing, you would scan it and send me again. Since the reference copy is there, would match it with that.
It would be 90 minutes only.
Test, yeah, 90 minutes. There is only two choices or only one choice. I don't know. It's 90 minutes. There would be a descriptive type only. There is no point in doing MCQ. We are not going to change our examination system to incorporate the proctoring system. Proctoring system have to be adopted for exam. So try this, use a mobile. That is what probably would help to get the better picture. Otherwise, we could always get it later.
Sir, how this scanning thing would work will depend on tomorrow's, like whatever the mock exam is. I think there might be some problems. Maybe we should revisit
Yeah,
this discussion later. And
yeah.
also, what would be the syllabus for this midterm exam? Till what?
Yeah, syllabus would be till I don't know if the this thing is out. Exam schedule is out.
Not yet, sir.
Not yet, sir.
Okay, if it is not on Monday or Tuesday, then we would have a syllabus till this what is that? This Thursday tutorial. If it is Monday or Tuesday, then we would stop it sometime with the geodesic deviation. I will have a look at the timetable and then let you know, send an email telling that which would be the last topic. Okay, any other questions? Okay, if there are no questions, we'll stop here.